What if you could completely rewrite the story of your life, starting this very moment? This isn't just about positive thinking. This is a complete operating system for your mind, and you're about to discover the first rule that changes everything. For centuries, a specific school of thought has provided a roadmap not just for survival, but for profound mastery over your inner world. Today, we unfold a vital collection of mental frameworks, drawn from ancient wisdom, designed to help you navigate the complexities of modern existence. We'll explore a sequence of powerful concepts that can fundamentally alter how you approach obstacles and internal strife. This philosophy has guided countless individuals toward a state of unshakable calm and decisive action. These principles empower you to confront hardship, discover inner peace, and maintain your core stability amidst chaos. But this guide goes deeper than just actions to take. It also reveals critical patterns of behavior that, if left unchecked, can sabotage your progress and block your path to a meaningful existence. We begin with the core principles that fortify the mind, and later we will uncover the specific habits you must learn to release. It is absolutely critical to understand that when we are mentally vulnerable, others may sometimes exploit that opening. Hostility and jealousy are, regrettably, present in many environments, from professional settings to social circles, and even within families. Learning to guard your mental weak points is not paranoia, it is wisdom. Visualize yourself not as a leaf in the wind, but as a deep-rooted oak in a gale. The outer branches may sway, but your foundation remains solid and immovable. This video will teach you how to cultivate that very resilience, so that turmoil, whether from within or without, fails to topple you. Quiet endurance is the art of standing firm when everything seems to be falling apart. Your calm mind is the ultimate weapon against a chaotic world. The foundational ideas we will examine have illuminated the path for seekers for millennia. Join me on this journey of self-mastery. We will discover that true strength emanates not from the volume of our voice, but from the steady light of our understanding that guides us forward. Please, give this material your full attention by setting aside any potential distractions. A central tenet of this philosophy, and our first principle, asserts that the act of hearing others is a far greater skill than the act of expressing ourselves. This insight, often linked to wise teachers of old, highlights the immense power of prioritizing understanding over being understood in an era where everyone competes to speak and where judgments are formed rapidly. To listen with genuine attention and empathy is a radical act of intelligence and self-awareness. Choosing to absorb rather than project does not only demonstrate respect for those around you, it is also a profound channel for education and humility. To truly comprehend the world and savor our existence, we must quiet our own internal commentary and allow the perspectives of others to resonate. When we listen with intent, we gain access to unique knowledge, lived experiences, and alternative viewpoints. This enriches our personal development and strengthens our collective fabric. This first principle also instructs us in the virtues of patience and deliberation. Slowing down to truly hear creates space for contemplation and insight. This enables us to respond with greater consideration and less raw reaction, leading to decisions that are more effective and connections that are more meaningful. Listening forges deeper bonds between individuals. When we feel truly heard, we experience validation and recognition. This establishes a solid groundwork for more authentic and compassionate relationships, both in our professional and personal spheres. The capacity for deep listening is increasingly crucial for building robust, cohesive communities in a world that is simultaneously more connected and more fragmented. In essence, the initial principle to listen more than you speak is a powerful nudge toward the practice of active engagement. It dares us to reconsider our patterns of communication, encouraging a more mindful, empathetic, and interconnected approach to the people and world around us. The second principle, a gem of pragmatic wisdom, encourages us to reframe failure not as a defeat, but as a necessary instructor and a catalyst for growth. Rooted in the teachings of the ancients, it invites us to perceive our stumbles as essential milestones on the path to achieving our potential. This perspective offers a refreshing and practical way to handle difficulty in a culture that frequently fears mistakes. This idea reassures us that falling short is not a terminal point. It is an integral component of the learning process. Every error you make imparts a crucial lesson that might otherwise remain hidden. When we view failure as a mentor rather than a foe, it transforms our relationship with imperfection and turns our setbacks into powerful instruments for our growth. The old masters encourage us to investigate our failures with curiosity and openness rather than with harsh self-judgment. This approach allows us to see not only where we went wrong, but also the potential pathways for improvement in future attempts. Such a mindset fosters continuous refinement, propelling us toward our best selves. Furthermore, when we accept that missteps are a natural part of any meaningful endeavor, we build resilience and the fortitude to embrace new challenges. This makes us more adaptable and prepared for the inevitable shifts and uncertainties of life. In both your personal and professional journeys, the ability to rise after a fall and extract wisdom from the experience is invaluable. The second principle, by asking us to see failure as fertile ground for development, reminds us that the road to excellence is paved with the lessons learned from our attempts. By adopting this mindset, we empower ourselves to advance with increased wisdom, resilience, and certainty toward our aspirations. The third principle proposes a profoundly practical strategy for dealing with life's inherent unpredictability. Premeditate on potential difficulties. This mindset is not pessimistic in the slightest. Rather, it advocates for a healthy and proactive approach to the stress and worry we all occasionally face. When we consciously acknowledge that challenging outcomes are possible, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally for a range of scenarios. This builds a robust resilience that allows us to face the future with greater assurance and equilibrium. This philosophy does not suggest we live in fear or negativity. Instead, it asks us to accept the nature of change and the unknown. By engaging in this mental preparation, we strengthen and make our minds more flexible so they can adeptly handle diverse situations. This practice helps in the development of contingency plans and coping strategies, making us feel less helpless when confronted with unforeseen challenges and transitions. This approach also enhances our appreciation for the good and stable periods. When we prepare for difficulties, our gratitude and reverence for life intensifies. This awareness teaches us to live in the present with more joy and passion, precisely because we understand that trials are a universal part of the human experience. This practice also cultivates greater empathy and understanding. Visualizing potential hardship can also be liberating. It forces us to confront our deepest anxieties, and in doing so, they often lose their power over us. We become less anxious and more capable of handling events as they unfold. By facing and accepting possible adversity, we disarm it. The obstacle you prepare for is the obstacle you have already begun to overcome. To summarize, the third principle advises us to move through life with both eyes open and a reasoned approach. We build emotional and mental toughness through this discipline, enabling us to manage life's risks with more poise and effectiveness. This not only prepares us for challenges, but also allows us to savor life's blessings to their fullest. The fourth principle offers a crucial perspective on prosperity and its consequences, warning of the potential pitfalls that can accompany financial success. This teaching emphasizes that while wealth is often pursued and admired, it can also lead to a warping of ethical principles and a disconnect from the true sources of joy in life. It is a sobering reminder to remain vigilant and principled, even in the face of abundance. This concept does not claim that material resources are inherently evil, but it firmly states that they should not become the central purpose of life, overshadowing other critical elements like human connection, personal development, and contribution to society. Fortune can easily seduce with its promises of ease and security, but these assurances are often illusory and short-lived. This ancient wisdom reminds us that genuine happiness and fulfillment are not products of accumulation. Instead, they spring from living a virtuous life with purpose, one that is in harmony with nature and our fellow human beings. If you possess resources, they should be used as tools to accomplish positive ends, not as the ultimate goal in themselves. This teaching also champions the practice of moderation and thankfulness, cultivating gratitude for what we already possess and finding contentment with our current station protects us from the insatiability and constant craving for more, a cycle that often leaves us feeling hollow and dissatisfied. In summary, the fourth principle serves as a cautionary note about the potential dangers of acquiring wealth and calls us to live a more balanced and significant life. It urges us to maintain constant awareness of our desires and motivations, ensuring that our pursuit of material success does not lead us astray from the authentic wells of joy and satisfaction. By choosing this path, we can live with greater authenticity, intention, and fulfillment. The fifth principle advises against staking your entire well-being on a single aspiration or desired outcome in order to enhance your adaptability and durability in an ever-changing world. This insightful teaching suggests diversifying your sources of meaning and ambition. This approach helps us navigate fluctuating circumstances and discover satisfaction in multiple areas of our lives. This idea recognizes that fixating emotionally and mentally on one solitary goal can render us vulnerable. When we concentrate all our hope and energy into one objective, we expose ourselves to the whims of chance and circumstance. If this one aim is not realized, we may feel disoriented or defeated, unable to perceive other opportunities and possibilities. By cultivating a range of interests and aims, we create a psychological and emotional safety net. We can maintain our composure and optimism even if one path to fulfillment closes, because we know we have other avenues to explore and value. This makes us more versatile and better equipped to handle life's complexities with more balance and peace. We also experience a richer life when we have a variety of passions and objectives. Each dream or goal offers a distinct chance for learning and evolution. This helps us acquire a broader set of skills and knowledge, making us more capable of contributing positively to the world and the people in our orbit. In short, the fifth principle guides us to cultivate multiple sources of hope and ambition, and to remain open to the diversity of life's offerings. This mindset provides greater stability in the face of uncertainty, allowing us to find joy and contentment in various facets of our existence. Through this, we create a life that is fuller, more dynamic, and more rewarding. The sixth principle, inspired by the meditations of the great teachers, serves as a timely reminder of where true abundance lies. By embracing this message, we come to understand that real wealth is not located in possessions or their quantity, but in a heart that is content and grateful. This concept stresses the importance of focusing on appreciation for what we have, rather than lamenting what we lack. In a society often driven by consumerism and the relentless pursuit of more, this viewpoint forces a re-evaluation of our priorities and aims. True contentment is an internal state, as the sages taught. By learning to find sufficiency in our present circumstances, we can uncover an inner serenity and joy that is not dependent on external events. This teaching encourages us to adopt an attitude of gratitude toward life. This means recognizing and being thankful for our blessings, whether they are material goods, relationships, experiences, or personal achievements. We cultivate a positive disposition that enhances our overall quality of life. Practicing gratitude also opens our hearts, allowing us to appreciate life's small pleasures and everyday wonders. Moreover, by emphasizing thankfulness and satisfaction, we become less susceptible to life's trials and tribulations, because we recognize that our peace and happiness are not dictated by outside forces, but are cultivated from within. This stance allows us to navigate disappointment and discouragement with greater grace. The sixth principle, as conveyed by the ancients, essentially tells us that genuine prosperity is a content and appreciative spirit. Through the daily practice of gratitude and by finding fulfillment in what we already possess, we can break the cycle of perpetual wanting and discover deep-seated joy in the gifts we have received. This wisdom guides us toward a life that is healthier, happier, and more meaningful. The seventh principle is a profound invitation to contemplate our mortality and the briefness of our time. We are reminded that our existence in this world is both limited and uncertain, and that every single moment is precious and should not be squandered. This concept urges us to look beyond the superficiality and self-centeredness that often pervades our culture. It advises us not to expend our precious time and vitality on possessions and status that we cannot take with us, but instead to invest our energy in relationships and experiences that fortify our spirit. Understanding our limited time means viewing each second as an opportunity to evolve, to grow, and to make a positive impact on the world. It means recognizing that our true riches are measured by our actions, the wisdom we integrate, and the bonds we form with others. This teaching calls us to live more intentionally and mindfully, seeking out pursuits that bring us lasting satisfaction and profound joy. It also emphasizes the critical importance of forging and maintaining authentic, meaningful relationships. It highlights the value of building strong connections with family, friends, and community, especially in a world where interactions can often be transient and shallow. These bonds are the genuine treasures of a human life, providing support, love, and companionship through both good times and bad. When we embrace the reality of our mortality, we are inspired to live with more purpose and passion, wanting to leave a legacy of goodness by improving the world in some way. This might involve championing charitable causes, pursuing creative endeavors, or simply being fully present with our loved ones. In essence, the seventh principle calls us to cherish every moment of our lives, for the beauty of our existence is woven from the meaningful connections we nurture and the experiences we accumulate. By heeding this wisdom, we can keep our focus on what truly matters and experience a deeper sense of satisfaction and purpose in our daily lives. According to the eighth principle, we should strive to reduce our attachment to material objects and external outcomes. This lesson, drawn from the reflections of the philosopher kings, teaches us that authentic freedom and happiness originate from within, not from outside circumstances. Cultivating non-attachment does not mean renouncing worldly goods or living a life of deprivation. Rather, it means freeing our psyche and emotions from dependence on them. When we are overly attached to physical possessions, we can experience worry, tension, and unhappiness. By learning to hold things lightly, we can discover a greater inner liberty and peace of mind that is not tied to the fluctuating state of the external world. Because we are not mentally bound to specific results or expectations, we can meet life's victories and setbacks with increased calm and equanimity. Another benefit of practicing non-attachment is the development of a more expansive and objective outlook on life. We no longer identify solely with our material belongings or achievements, but rather see ourselves as conscious beings on a temporary journey. With this understanding, we can live more authentically without the need to prove our worth to others through our acquisitions. Simultaneously, detachment allows us to direct our attention toward what is most vital in life: our relationships, our own evolution, and our capacity to be of service to others. When we cease to be preoccupied with material concerns, we can devote more time and energy to pursuits that genuinely ignite our passion and align with our values. Simply put, the 8th principle guides us toward loosening our grip on material things and external events. When we do this, we find a deeper internal freedom and tranquility that does not fluctuate with our circumstances. This supports a life lived with more integrity, joy, and purpose, enriching not only our own existence, but also the lives of those around us. The 9th principle is a powerful admonition on the importance of accepting the things we cannot alter and concentrating our efforts on the things we can. This teaching, influenced by the discourses of the great slaves turned teachers, encourages us to adopt an outlook oriented towards serenity and acceptance when faced with unavoidable situations. Accepting what cannot be changed is not about surrender or passive resignation in the face of negativity. It is about confronting reality head-on and finding constructive ways to work with it. This conserves our energy and focus for the things we can actually influence: our thoughts, our actions, and our responses to the events that unfold around us. This idea teaches us that real autonomy and power come from our capacity to choose our response to events, not from controlling the events themselves. When we stop resisting what is inevitable, we discover more inner peace and mental stability. Furthermore, by accepting what we cannot change, we free up vital resources to work on what we can improve, rather than wasting time and energy ruminating on immutable facts. This enables us to take purposeful and effective action toward changing the things within our control. The 9th principle, by advising us to accept the unchangeable and focus on the changeable, helps us find greater inner calm, serenity, and effectiveness in our lives. This supports a more authentic and purposeful existence, allowing us to leverage our abilities and resources to build a life that is significant and satisfying. The 10th principle provides guidance on how to manage our emotions and maintain our composure during difficult or stressful times. This lesson, rooted in the letters of the ancient statesmen, reminds us that we are not powerless victims of our feelings. Rather, we possess the ability to consciously choose our reactions. Developing self-awareness allows us to observe our emotions as they emerge, without either suppressing them or getting swept away by them. By doing this, we can see our automatic responses more clearly and select a course of action that is more considered and constructive. In moments of anxiety or agitation, conscious breathing is a potent tool that can help us remain cool and clear-headed. By taking a few moments to focus on our breath, inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply, we can calm our nervous system and promote a state of relaxation in both body and mind. Additionally, the practice of mindfulness helps us become more attuned to and present in the current moment. When we train our attention to rest on the here and now, we can break free from the cycle of worry and repetitive thinking that often accompanies stress. The 10th principle, in essence, instructs us on regulating our emotions and staying centered when faced with turbulence. We can foster greater mental clarity and emotional equilibrium in our lives by practicing self-observation, intentional breathing, and mindfulness. This enables us to handle challenges and difficulties more skillfully and to experience more joy, contentment, and peace in our daily existence. The 11th Stoic principle underscores the importance of moderation and balance in all aspects of our lives. This teaching, inspired by the lectures of the great teachers, encourages us to find a middle path between extremes and to avoid excesses that can lead to suffering and discontent. The practice of temperance helps us develop greater self-discipline and mastery over our lives. The more we learn to regulate our impulses and desires, the more we can resist harmful temptations and make wiser choices. Moderation also assists us in finding a healthy equilibrium between our wants and our needs, preventing us from veering into either overindulgence or deprivation. We can lead more joyful and fulfilling lives by learning to meet our requirements in a balanced and sustainable manner. In short, the 11th principle advises us to conduct our lives with moderation and balance. By doing so, we cultivate more self-control and personal discipline, and we avoid the extremes that can cause pain and unhappiness. This allows us to live with greater harmony, peace, and joy. Being authentic and truthful is paramount in our lives, as the 12th principle instructs. This teaching, drawn from the essays of the ancient orators, urges us to live in accordance with our deepest values and principles, rather than compromising our integrity to gain approval or material advantage. Being genuine with others helps us build truly meaningful relationships with them. Through honesty and transparency, we establish trust and mutual respect, which form the foundation for lasting and rewarding connections. Authenticity also enables us to live in alignment with our core beliefs and values. Because we are living in harmony with what we truly hold dear, we experience a greater sense of inner peace and contentment in our lives. To summarize, the 12th principle calls us to be authentic and truthful in every area of our lives. By doing this, we can forge deeper, more rewarding relationships with others and find more peace and fulfillment within ourselves. If you wish to live a rich and meaningful life, these 12 principles can serve as a reliable guide. We can develop greater mental clarity, emotional stability, and joy in our lives by integrating these teachings into our daily routines, helping us to live with more authenticity, purpose, and delight. Spread kindness and understanding each day. In this manner, the 7th principle is a call for introspection and transformation. It challenges us to re-examine our priorities and choose a path that is congruent with our inner truth. By doing so, we not only enhance our own lives but also positively influence the lives of those around us, sending out ripples of goodness that extend far beyond our own time. As the principle suggests, humility is one of the most vital attributes for continuous learning. It reminds us that no matter how much we believe we know, there is always more to learn and new perspectives to consider. This concept posits that the essence of true wisdom is not in knowing everything, but in maintaining an open and receptive mind to the myriad ways we can learn and evolve. In the context of learning, humility involves recognizing that our current knowledge is both limited and provisional, and that the world around us is in a constant state of flux. This means we must be willing to question our own assumptions and beliefs and be open to updating our understanding of truth. By doing this, we create space for new ideas and insights, which broadens our worldview and deepens our comprehension. This teaching also encourages us to value not only the acquisition of new information, but also the experiences and viewpoints of others. This idea suggests that every person has something valuable to contribute, and that diversity of thought and experience enriches the learning process for everyone. Humility helps us develop the ability to listen and see the world through others' eyes, which is crucial for both personal development and the progress of society as a whole. Humility also equips us to handle our errors and failures in a constructive manner. We don't need to become despondent or defensive when things go wrong. Instead, we can view them as opportunities for learning and improvement. This mindset builds resilience and adaptability, which are essential qualities in a constantly changing world. So, Embracing humility in learning is a journey of self-discovery and growth. It calls us to be perpetual students of ourselves and the world around us, so we may better appreciate the beauty and complexity of life. A life filled with learning, growth, and transformation becomes possible when we approach it with humility and a genuine curiosity for the new. This wisdom helps us live more deliberately and mindfully, enabling us to remain lifelong learners in the great school of life. Additionally, the ninth principle discusses the significance of taking personal responsibility and surrounding ourselves with individuals who challenge us to become our best selves. People have the agency and the duty to make choices that impact their own lives and the lives of those around them. This theory reminds us of that fact. It emphasizes that becoming the best version of yourself is not a solitary trek, but one that is enhanced and reinforced by the company and encouragement of others. Personal responsibility means recognizing that we are the primary authors of our own life stories. This entails taking ownership of our actions, our thoughts, and our feelings, and understanding how they affect our well-being and the well-being of others. It involves knowing yourself, reflecting on your choices, and behaving in a manner that is consistent with your fundamental values and objectives. It calls us to acknowledge our mistakes, learn from them, and make amends where possible. On the other hand, the principle also highlights the importance of the company we keep. Those who inspire us to grow and embody the qualities and achievements we aspire to can be mentors, friends, family, or colleagues. They act as mirrors, reflecting what is possible and motivating us to pursue our dreams with integrity and determination. The presence of such people in our lives facilitates our growth and transformation throughout our journey. The 10th guideline addresses regret, a universal human experience. It advises us to avoid the paralyzing grip of guilt and instead assume creative responsibility for our actions. This concept acknowledges that feeling remorse after a misstep or failure is a natural response, but dwelling in that state can be damaging and inhibit personal growth. We are encouraged to adopt a more proactive and positive approach instead of allowing guilt to dominate our lives. Unaddressed guilt can corrode self-esteem and hinder forward progress. The 10th principle reminds us that while we all err, what matters more is how we address those errors. Rather than fixating on blame, we should extract the lesson and use it for improvement. This means we must admit our wrongdoings, understand the consequences they created, and take steps to rectify the situation and prevent recurrence. Assuming responsibility is a crucial step in this process. It involves taking a candid, unflinching look at our behavior and its impact on others. We avoid making excuses or shifting blame for the outcomes we have contributed to. We own our part. This is not an act of self-punishment, but a mature acknowledgement that can pave the way for positive change. The concept also suggests that instead of blame, we should engage in constructive action and reflective learning. We shouldn't dwell on our faults by ruminating negatively. Instead, we should contemplate how we can improve and repair any harm we've caused. This might involve offering a sincere apology, making amends, or simply changing our behavior to avoid repeating the same mistake. Moving beyond guilt requires self-compassion. When we practice this, we offer ourselves the same kindness and understanding we would extend to a friend in a similar situation. We can learn to accept our imperfections and continue our personal evolution with greater wisdom and resilience by acknowledging that to be human is to be flawed. It calls us to own our mistakes, learn from them, and move forward with a renewed, more accountable mindset. By doing this, we liberate ourselves from the chains of regret and open the door to a richer, more authentic life that is continually evolving and improving. A powerful reflection on the nature of our reactions and their power to shape our destiny is offered by the 11th principle, which reinforces this point. We cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. This concept acknowledges the inevitability of challenges and setbacks in life. We all face difficulties, whether in our personal lives, our careers, or our emotional landscapes. But this idea is not about the problems themselves. It's about the choices we make in response to them. Every reaction we have, whether automatic or considered, is a decision that can either promote learning and growth or perpetuate stagnation and suffering. The key insight is that we must become more conscious and intentional in our responses. It's about cultivating the pause before the reaction, which gives us the clarity to see the situation more objectively and choose the most beneficial course of action. We can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and self-betterment by doing this. The principle also stresses the importance of a positive and resilient attitude. This does not mean ignoring pain or difficulty. It means meeting them with strength and optimism. We don't have to let negative emotions dictate our lives. Instead, we can search for the lesson in every circumstance and use it to fuel our resilience and wisdom moving forward. The 11th principle also encourages us to seek support when we need it. Our responses are our own, but we do not have to navigate our challenges in isolation. Seeking guidance from friends, family, or professionals can offer new perspectives and strategies for overcoming adversity. Our lives begin to shift for the better as we become more adept at responding to challenges in a healthy manner. We grow as individuals and move closer to a future that aligns with our values and goals when we make choices with awareness. It calls us to face adversity with knowledge, courage, and hope, viewing each challenge as a stepping stone toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. The 12th principle emphasizes the critical importance of consistently honoring our duties and responsibilities and doing what we have committed to do. This concept is a powerful reminder that our actions and choices have consequences not only for our own lives, but also for the lives of those around us and for society at large. We are called to adhere to the highest ethical standards and be accountable for what we do and what we have promised to accomplish. To fulfill our responsibilities, we must be conscious of and uphold the obligations we have to ourselves, to others, and to the community. This involves following a personal code of conduct that guides all our interactions and decisions. It's not merely about fulfilling explicit duties, such as job descriptions or family roles. It means being reliable, keeping our word, and being a dependable presence for those who count on us, both practically and emotionally. Acting with honesty and integrity means being truthful and fair in all our dealings, even when no one is watching. Integrity also involves living in accordance with the moral and ethical principles we profess to believe in, beyond merely following the letter of the law. This means doing the right thing, even when it is the most difficult option, and standing by our values even in the face of pressure to compromise. Dedication is the resolve to give our best effort in everything we undertake, despite obstacles and setbacks. It means investing hard work and energy into our relationships, our professions, and our pursuit of our goals. We strive for excellence and quality in all we do because we are committed to constant improvement. This concept also reminds us of the importance of being accountable for our actions and their repercussions. Individual accountability is a cornerstone of a just and functional society, and we all have a role to play in creating a better world. This means being mindful of how our actions affect other people and the environment, and choosing to act in ways that promote fairness and well-being. The 13th principle discusses the importance of self-command and emotional sovereignty, and specifically the importance of becoming unswayed by the opinions and actions of others. This principle encourages us to develop a serenity that remains unshaken by external storms. It is a call to mental fortitude and inner power. The ability to govern one's own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, particularly in trying or provocative situations, is what we mean by self-command. It means maintaining calm and collectedness even when confronted with criticism, rejection, or provocation. Self-command is the capacity to respond rather than to react impulsively, allowing us to make thoughtful and purposeful decisions. Beyond self-command, emotional sovereignty encompasses it. It means achieving a state of inner independence where our happiness and peace of mind are not contingent on what others do or say. It means realizing that while we cannot control others' behavior, we can always control our reaction to it. When we possess emotional sovereignty, we understand that we are solely responsible for our emotional state and that we can maintain our inner balance regardless of external circumstances. We can learn from this idea that people's actions are often a reflection of their own internal state, not a definitive judgment on us. Understanding this helps us to not take every word or action directed at us personally. We can choose to engage with understanding, kindness, and an open heart instead of succumbing to anger, resentment, or sadness. Cultivating self-command and emotional sovereignty is a process that takes time and practice. It may involve mindfulness practices, deep introspection, therapy, and the pursuit of greater self-knowledge. It might also mean learning to set healthy boundaries and removing ourselves from toxic situations or relationships that consistently undermine our inner stability. It is not the message of the 13th principle that we should become indifferent or uncaring toward others. On the contrary, by becoming more emotionally stable, we become better equipped to offer genuine support, care, and empathy in a healthier and more effective way. This allows us to be present and open for others while standing firm in our own center. Adhering to the 14th principle, which posits that a simpler, more focused life is the path to a better, more meaningful existence, highlights the value of simplicity. This principle is not merely about decluttering physical possessions or reducing consumption. It is a call to re-evaluate our values, our goals, and how we invest our time and energy. To live simply is to choose to do less, but to do it better, understanding that excess often distracts us from what is truly important. By eliminating the non-essential and concentrating on the essential, we create space for the things that genuinely bring fulfillment and joy to our lives: relationships, experiences, personal growth, and contribution to the community. It's also about achieving mental clarity by reducing unnecessary information and stimulation to reclaim peace of mind and focus. In a world saturated with messages and demands, choosing simplicity is a radical act. This could mean limiting media consumption, carving out time for quiet reflection, or simply slowing down to appreciate the present moment. Embracing a simple lifestyle does not require abandoning all comforts and pleasures. Rather, it means finding happiness in the simplest and most enduring aspects of life. It is a choice for a life with fewer distractions and greater intention, where decisions are made based on what truly makes life worth living. Our environmental footprint is lighter when we choose more consciously and consume less, which also contributes to a more sustainable and equitable system. This demonstrates a concern not only for our own well-being, but for the well-being of future generations and the planet as a whole. Simplicity also teaches us to be grateful for what we have. Instead of constantly striving for more, we can find contentment and reverence for life by appreciating and cherishing what we already possess. This attitude of gratitude makes us happier and more fulfilled, allowing us to find joy in the small, everyday moments. The 14th principle gives you everything you need to know to live a rich and purposeful life. We can live a more authentic and satisfying existence by practicing kindness, empathy, humility, personal accountability, continuous learning, overcoming regret, mindful responding, responsible and dedicated action, self-command, emotional sovereignty, and simplicity. These principles challenge us to reflect on our behavior, to constantly improve, and to seek happiness and fulfillment in service to ourselves and others. We can help create a more compassionate, aware, and peaceful world by living these principles daily. This is essential for a fuller and more engaging life. In summary, the 14th principle guides us to seek simplicity as a means to shed the superfluous and concentrate on the essential. By doing this, we not only improve our own lives, but also contribute to a healthier and more just world. The 15th principle emphasizes the value of emotional resilience and encourages us to cultivate the ability to maintain our inner calm and composure, even when faced with external pressures. This principle acknowledges that life is filled with tests and that we will undoubtedly encounter people and events that challenge our emotional and mental balance. However, we should not allow these things to destabilize us. Instead, we should work on building an inner strength that keeps us steady and focused. The capacity to recover quickly from setbacks and adapt to change while remaining composed and purposeful is known as emotional resilience. This does not mean suppressing or ignoring our feelings. It means acknowledging them, understanding them, and learning to manage them effectively. We are less likely to act impulsively and more likely to handle negative events with grace and wisdom when we build emotional resilience. A key aspect of this principle is learning to disregard the negative moods of others. Often, the harsh words and attitudes of other people are a product of their own struggles, not a reflection of our worth. Being aware of this helps us preserve our inner peace and avoid taking things personally. This does not mean we lack empathy for others' pain. It means we protect our own energy and mental health so we can be a stable and positive presence for both ourselves and others. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection help us become more aware of our inner processes and aid in maintaining our inner equilibrium. The 15th principle also tells us that emotional resilience is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. It requires consistent effort and a commitment to self-awareness and growth. We can turn our most challenging experiences into opportunities to build even greater strength and insight by facing our fears, challenges, and uncertainties with courage and openness. By learning to ignore the negative moods of others and safeguard our own peace, we not only improve our own quality of life, but also become a source of strength and inspiration for those around us. The 16th principle discusses the immense value of friendship and how genuine relationships are far more precious than any material wealth. This principle reminds us that possessions can provide temporary comfort, but true friends enrich our lives in lasting ways. Friendship is one of the most profound ways we connect with our fellow human beings. Real friends support us in times of need, accept us for who we are, and share in our joys and sorrows. They bring us happiness, inspiration, and solace, and they often help us navigate life's greatest challenges. Because the quality of our friendships is one of the truest measures of a rich and full life. This principle urges us to cherish and nurture these bonds. The 16th principle not only speaks to the importance of friendship, but also invites us to reflect on our priorities. In a world where accumulation is often mistaken for success, it reminds us that true wealth is found in connection and shared affection. This principle challenges us to reconsider what we truly value and to strive for a healthier balance between material pursuits and the cultivation of deep, meaningful relationships with others. Friends are invaluable because they provide support and comfort. Because they understand our struggles, they can offer sound advice and a fresh perspective when we cannot see a way forward. When we are grieving, our friends are there to listen and console us. When we are celebrating, they are the ones who share our laughter and joy. This network of social support is crucial for our psychological well-being and our ability to cope with life's adversities. Building genuine bonds takes time, effort, and commitment. It involves listening with empathy and kindness, as well as acting with care and presence. Being a true friend also means offering the same level of love and support that we hope to receive. This principle calls us to take the initiative to strengthen our friendships by investing the time and energy needed to nurture these vital connections. The 17th principle offers a crucial piece of wisdom for inner peace and well-being. We should focus our attention and effort on what we can control and learn to accept what we cannot change. This message is profoundly effective for reducing stress and anxiety and for creating a more peaceful and balanced life. Focusing on what we can influence means being aware of and responsible for our own thoughts, words, and deeds. We waste immense energy worrying about things outside our control, such as the choices of others or the unfolding of global events. This principle urges us to redirect that effort toward the things we can truly affect: our attitudes, our decisions, and our behaviors. This not only improves our own lives, but also sets a positive example for others. Accepting what we cannot change, on the other hand, means recognizing that there are aspects of life, like the actions of others, certain outcomes, and world events that are beyond our influence. Acceptance does not imply approval or passivity. It means seeing reality clearly and rationally without allowing it to disturb our peace or dictate our emotions. When we accept what we cannot change, we release the tension and stress that come from fighting against reality, allowing us to respond with more flexibility and creativity. Acceptance practices are often coupled with mindfulness and meditation techniques, which help us stay grounded in the present and increase our awareness of our thoughts and feelings. This lets us observe our internal responses without judgment and with compassion, making acceptance and letting go easier. By being mindful of and accepting the things we cannot change, we become more adaptable and better equipped to handle life's challenges with a more centered and calm demeanor. By employing this strategy, we not only find more peace and balance in our daily lives, but we also prepare ourselves to meet uncertainty and difficulty in a healthier and more constructive manner. This concept is the key to a more serene and joyful life, filled with acceptance, resilience, and a focus on the present moment. The 18th principle is a powerful reminder that even in the midst of great difficulty, there is always potential for improvement and growth. It encourages us to maintain a positive outlook and to look for the beneficial and instructive elements in every situation, including those involving adversity and hardship. This principle does not merely tell us to get through problems, it tells us to use them as stepping stones to reach higher levels of understanding and fulfillment. Seeing potential in adversity requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing solely on the negative aspects of a challenging situation, we should actively look for the opportunities for learning and development that it presents. Every struggle is a chance to build character and improve ourselves. We can enhance our capabilities, gain new perspectives, and become more resilient individuals by meeting difficulties with courage and determination. This concept also places a strong emphasis on resilience and adaptability. Our ability to bounce back from adversity quickly while maintaining a positive frame of mind and the determination to keep moving forward is what we call resilience. Adaptability, on the other hand, allows us to adjust our plans and methods as needed, seeing change as an inherent part of growth. These qualities together help us navigate life's uncertainties and find meaning in every experience. The 18th principle also encourages us to seek inspiration and support from others who have faced and overcome adversity. We build a supportive network that strengthens and encourages us by sharing our stories and the lessons we've learned from overcoming challenges. This not only helps us deal with our own problems, but also allows us to contribute to the growth and well-being of others. We can cultivate a greater sense of gratitude and positivity by consistently looking for the good in every situation. Focusing on the positive, even during tough times, helps us develop an outlook of appreciation and abundance that enhances our lives. Because of this, we are more resilient in the face of difficulty and more open to the blessings and opportunities that each day brings. By adopting this approach, we transform challenges into opportunities for growth, building resilience, adaptability, and a positive mindset that supports us in achieving our goals and finding fulfillment. The 19th principle challenges us to embrace what we cannot change, which is a lesson in wisdom and serenity. This concept is a powerful reminder that many of life's events are beyond our control, regardless of our efforts or desires. The happenings in the world, the actions of other people, and the larger forces that shape our reality often operate independently of our will. Recognizing and accepting the things we cannot change is not a sign of weakness or defeat. It is a mark of maturity and clear-sightedness. We harness our power and exercise our control most effectively when we focus on our own actions and responses. You should concentrate on self-improvement, acting with integrity, and making wise choices, rather than being consumed by anxiety over the unpredictabilities and unknowns of life. There is a significant reduction in stress and anxiety when we accept the unchangeable. This is because we let go of unrealistic expectations and the need to micromanage every outcome. There is peace and happiness to be found in influencing what we can, in accepting life as it is, and in being able to navigate its ups and downs with resilience and flexibility. Additionally, this concept teaches us greater compassion and understanding. Since we cannot control other people, we learn to accept them as they are, with all their complexities and unique journeys. When respect and understanding are central values, this leads to healthier relationships and a more harmonious society. When we accept what we cannot change, we are more likely to live in the present and appreciate each moment and the opportunities it brings, rather than dwelling on future fears or past regrets. In a nutshell, the 19th principle is a call to acceptance and serenity in the face of life's immutable facts. We can live healthier and happier lives by embracing the things we cannot change and focusing our energy on the things we can, thereby cultivating resilience, compassion, and wisdom as we journey through life. This concept acts as a compass, helping us steer through life's storms. It reminds us that we cannot direct the wind, but we can always adjust our sails. The 20th principle, live in harmony with nature, invites you to connect deeply with your own essence and the world around you. This idea is not only about the external environment, but also about your internal nature and the fundamental way of the universe. It means being aware of and honoring your own needs, capacities, and limits, as well as understanding your place within the larger tapestry of life. The first step to living in harmony with nature is profound self-knowledge. It is a call to discover who we truly are, beneath the masks and social conditioning. This requires understanding our emotions, our fears, our desires, and all that constitutes our unique being. In this way, we can begin to make choices and take actions that are aligned with our authentic selves, living with integrity and wholeness. This principle also guides us to be mindful of and respect our mental and physical boundaries. Knowing and honoring these boundaries is not a limitation, it is a way to create a more harmonious life. Instead of forcing ourselves to be something we are not, we seek to work with our nature, making our lives more balanced and less fraught with internal conflict. Living in harmony with nature also involves recognizing that we are part of a greater whole. We understand that every living being has a role within the ecosystem and contributes in its own way. This, in turn, fosters a greater appreciation and reverence for the natural world and all its inhabitants. We become more conscious of the impact of our actions beyond ourselves and begin to live more sustainably and wisely. This principle also reminds us that life is a cycle of growth, change, and renewal. We are called to accept and welcome the transformations in our own lives, seeing them as natural opportunities for evolution and learning, just as the seasons change and nature adapts. We often suffer because we resist these changes. We can find more peace and joy by flowing with the current of life. The 20th principle, in essence, guides us to respect and live in alignment with our core being and the world around us. It calls for knowing and understanding our own nature and the nature of the cosmos, so we may live in a way that is more authentic, healthy, and aware. The 21st principle asserts that the path of virtue is sufficient for a rich and meaningful life. This concept emphasizes that the pursuit and practice of core virtues, not the acquisition of possessions or fleeting pleasures, is the only way to find genuine happiness and satisfaction. Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are not merely admirable traits. They are the very building blocks of a good life. The virtue of wisdom involves discerning what is truly good, what is truly bad, and what is ultimately indifferent. It's about learning to see clearly and make choices that align with our highest values. Cultivating ethical virtues is essential for a fulfilled and purposeful existence, though it requires continuous effort and dedication. When we walk the path of virtue, we become more authentic and more aligned with our spiritual core. We live in accordance with our principles and contribute positively to the world around us. This idea reminds us that true wealth lies not in what we have, but in who we are. By focusing on building our character and nurturing moral excellence, we gain a deeper and more enduring sense of fulfillment than any material object could ever provide. In short, the path of virtue leads to a meaningful and happy life, where our actions are in harmony with our deepest values and we contribute to the greater good. A deeper and more significant aspect of wisdom is recognizing that we cannot control everything and that we must accept life as it is, with all its uncertainties and changes. Courage is the ability to face challenges, overcome fears, and remain true to our principles in the face of adversity. It takes more than physical bravery to do the right thing, stand up for our beliefs, and act in line with our values, especially when it is difficult or unpopular. Temperance means exercising self-control over our desires and appetites. It involves the capacity to act with moderation, regulating our emotions and cravings so we can lead a healthy and contented life. The 21st principle teaches us that material goods and pleasures may offer temporary happiness, but a virtuous life provides lasting fulfillment and meaning. As we seek to embody and express these qualities in all we do, we not only improve our own lives but also bring light and happiness to others. Living virtuously is a journey of constant learning and growth. It requires self-discipline, ongoing reflection, and a willingness to confront our flaws and limitations. But the rewards of this path are infinite. When we accept that virtue is enough, we discover a source of joy and satisfaction that is genuine, profound, and ever-renewing. Life is filled with tempests and unknowns, but this principle steadfastly reminds us that what truly matters is who we choose to be and how we choose to live. A state of mental tranquility known as ataraxia is encouraged in the 22nd principle. A central aim of Stoic philosophy is to find a deep and lasting inner peace, a serenity that remains constant regardless of external events or internal challenges. Ataraxia is not about numbing or ignoring your feelings. It's about learning to acknowledge, accept, and manage them with a calm and rational mind. The first step toward achieving inner serenity is recognizing that emotions are natural responses to our perceptions and experiences. We should not try to eliminate or judge them, but rather observe them with curiosity and understanding. Ataraxia is achieved when we realize that while we cannot control external happenings, we can control our interpretation of and reaction to them. That is, we learn to engage with events with a composed and clear mind rather than reacting impulsively. By creating a pause between ourselves and our automatic reactions, we can choose responses that are consistent with our core values and long-term objectives. Practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, as well as developing virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance, are also integral to achieving ataraxia. Wisdom allows us to direct our energy toward what truly matters. Courage gives us the strength to face difficulties while maintaining our composure, and a lack of temperance can disrupt our equilibrium and lead to suffering, undermining our peace of mind. Cultivating gratitude and acceptance is also vital for sustaining ataraxia. Being thankful for the lessons and gifts inherent in all experiences and accepting the things we cannot change frees us from the bonds of resentment and craving, allowing us to live with more reverence and authentic peace. It's important to understand that ataraxia is not a state of emotional flatness or detachment. Rather, it is a way of engaging fully with life, where emotions are experienced fully but not permitted to dominate our actions or determine our well-being. The 23rd principle recommends constant reflection as a powerful and transformative practice. This habit involves regularly examining your actions, your intentions, and your life as a whole. It is a challenge to look inward honestly, to ask yourself if your behavior is aligned with your virtues and beneficial, and to identify areas for growth and improvement. This exercise increases self-awareness and self-discipline, enhancing your life and your interactions with others. Self-reflection is a time for radical honesty with oneself. Each evening, take a few moments to review your day and the choices you made. Ask yourself, did my actions today reflect my values and principles? Where could I have acted better? What can I improve upon tomorrow? This exercise is not meant to induce guilt or shame over past deeds. It is designed to help you view both successes and failures as opportunities for learning and development. Through this practice of self-examination, you gain a clearer understanding of your motivations and behavior patterns. Over time, you will start to recognize habits in your reactions and decision-making. Some of these patterns may be supportive and help you reach your goals, while others may need to be consciously changed. By becoming aware of these habits, you have the opportunity to intentionally shape your future actions to be more in line with your aims and ethics. This can be a powerful motivator for staying on track with your long-term goals and the person you wish to become, helping you overcome obstacles and avoid short-term temptations that could derail your progress. Self-discipline, forged through constant reflection, is a critical tool. You begin to see yourself not as a fixed, unchangeable entity, but as a work in progress, always capable of learning and evolving. Your resilience, your ability to handle loss, and your willingness to take calculated risks and embrace new challenges can all improve as a result. Daily reflection makes you more conscious of your actions and gives you greater agency in shaping a life that is guided by your deepest values. This daily practice will lead to greater self-knowledge, increased discipline, and continuous growth, making your life better and more satisfying. The 24th principle asks us to reframe our perception of adversity. Instead of viewing it as misfortune, we should see it as a valuable opportunity to demonstrate virtue and build strength. This concept encourages us to be courageous and optimistic in the face of challenges. viewing them as chances for growth and improvement. It requires a fundamental shift in how we perceive and respond to difficulties. We are encouraged not to allow failures and obstacles to discourage or defeat us, but to see them as occasions to cultivate our inner fortitude, wisdom, and resilience. Every challenge we encounter becomes a test, an opportunity to apply and strengthen our positive qualities like bravery, patience, perseverance, and adaptability. This principle acknowledges that while we may not have power over external situations, we do have control over our responses to them without minimizing the pain or trouble that adversity can cause. When we choose to respond with a mindset oriented toward growth and learning, we can transform potentially negative situations into instructive lessons and opportunities for betterment. We gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our fellow human beings when we view adversity as a teacher. We come to appreciate the process of overcoming and recognize the strength that comes from facing and conquering challenges. We are also better able to support and empathize with others in their struggles because we understand the importance of perseverance and courage. This perspective also motivates us to pursue personal development even during difficult times. When we maintain a consistent growth mindset, we are always looking for ways to push our boundaries, try new things, and step outside our comfort zones. This makes us stronger and better prepared when adversity inevitably strikes. We adopt a resilient, open, and optimistic stance when we view adversity as an opportunity. This not only makes it easier for us to face challenges, but it also allows us to extract the maximum value from each one, turning each into a stepping stone toward becoming a wiser, stronger, and more virtuous person. The 25th principle guides us to be whole and present and to live in the moment. Stoic philosophy acknowledges the importance of planning for the future, but it also stresses the critical importance of inhabiting the present, focusing on the task at hand, and appreciating life as it unfolds. This principle encourages us to release excessive worry about the future and regret about the past, so that we can fully experience the present. To live in the present is to focus our attention and energy on the here and now, appreciating the experiences and opportunities it offers. It means being fully engaged in whatever we are doing, whether working, conversing with others, or simply resting and recharging. By doing this, we not only become more productive and creative, but we also find more inner peace and joy. This concept does not suggest we ignore the past or the future, as learning from history and planning for tomorrow are important aspects of a thoughtful life. However, the Stoics remind us that the present moment is the only realm over which we have direct control. Dwelling excessively on the future or ruminating on the past can generate anxiety and unhappiness, pulling our focus away from the present. To live in the present, we must accept and appreciate life as it is, not as we wish it to be. This means acknowledging and embracing the world in its current state, with all its imperfections and beauty. By living in the present, we can find the peace and happiness that come from knowing that we cannot control everything, but we can always control our attitude and our focus in the now. A powerful way to enhance your ability to live in the present is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques, such as meditation, conscious breathing, and mindful observation, can help anchor your mind and body in the present moment, making it less likely that you will become lost in future fears or past regrets. By living in the present, we see the beauty and potential in every moment. We let go of anxiety about what is to come and sorrow for what has been, and we find a space to grow, learn, and appreciate every hour. One of the most influential Stoic teachers, Musonius Rufus, provided invaluable advice on living a healthy and happy life through moderation. His philosophy emphasizes that overconsumption, whether of food or other substances, can be harmful, leading to physical and mental ailments and accelerated decline. Moderation is not just an abstract idea. It is a vital component of a philosophical system that posits self-control and discipline as the keys to prosperity and a complete life in every sense. Musonius advises us to find a middle way between excess and deficiency. Indulging too much in short-term pleasures can lead to physical harm, health issues, and feelings of guilt or remorse. On the other hand, excessive restriction can also be detrimental, creating frustration and potentially leading to binging later. So, he guides us to find a balance where we can enjoy nourishment and drink in a way that is pleasurable without being harmful, making the experience positive rather than negative. Moderation is a lifestyle that involves self-restraint and discipline. It not only leads to personal success and well-being, but also makes our actions more harmonious and helps us achieve our goals and dreams in a more rewarding way. Remember that balance is a crucial note in the music of life, a quality that, when mastered, makes existence richer and more complete. Stoicism, a philosophy that prizes inner strength and self-reliance, includes as a key tenet the prohibition of self-deprecation. That means you should never entertain degrading thoughts or engage in negative self-talk. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor and philosopher, advised that we should not speak poorly of ourselves, even silently. This is crucial for maintaining mental health and self-confidence, because persistent negative thinking, such as "I'm terrible at that" or "I'll never improve," erodes self-esteem and reduces motivation. To follow the Stoic path, we must be highly aware of our internal dialogue. Instead of putting ourselves down, we should work on acknowledging our potential and our capabilities. We can build our self-confidence and resilience by actively choosing a positive, growth-oriented mindset. This approach, grounded in ancient wisdom, teaches us that our self-talk is the foundation of our self-mastery. Cultivating an encouraging and uplifting inner narrative is one of the most important steps we can take toward building a robust and successful mentality. The path to self-fulfillment and happiness in Stoicism is deeply influenced by how we perceive and handle difficulties. We empower ourselves to face challenges with confidence and to learn from them by adopting a mindset that promotes self-affirmation and an awareness of our strengths. This reinforces the foundation upon which we build our self-assurance and emotional fortitude. In short, following Stoic wisdom involves fostering a positive and constructive internal dialogue in alignment with the Stoic principles of inner strength and personal growth. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, offers thoughtful guidance on the journey of self-improvement. He suggests that we should be humble and cautious as we strive to better ourselves. He advises against broadcasting our progress and successes to the world. Instead, he says, we should allow our actions and the evolution of our character to demonstrate our growth. True self-improvement is a journey undertaken for its own sake, not for the sake of praise or recognition. Epictetus warns that if we constantly talk about our efforts, we risk diluting the sincerity of our intentions. Genuine personal growth is reflected not in our words, but in the observable and tangible changes in our behavior, character, and mindset. The journey of growth should be a continuous, private process, focused on our individual unfolding, not a quest for external validation. By adopting this approach, we allow our successes and growth to speak for themselves, which can ultimately inspire and assist others more than any grand proclamation ever could. In following the wisdom of Epictetus, the path of self-improvement is one of humility and quiet dignity. On that journey, we let our actions and our results do the talking. This represents a more authentic and powerful way to demonstrate our evolution and our positive impact on the world. The teachings of the philosophy make the point that gratitude is a cornerstone of both personal happiness and healthy relationships with others. Acknowledging and appreciating what we have, rather than focusing on what we lack, is a powerful practice that enhances daily living. A lack of appreciation for the kindness of others, or a tendency to take for granted the small comforts that make life enjoyable, can be subtle signs of an ungrateful disposition. Conversely, practicing gratitude involves actively noticing and valuing all the positive aspects of your life, no matter their size. This includes opportunities that arise and acts of generosity. Expressing gratitude not only adds depth and meaning to our own lives, it also strengthens and improves our relationships, making everyone feel valued and appreciated. When we exhibit ingratitude in our daily interactions, we may push people away, damage connections, and create an atmosphere where people feel unappreciated and unhappy. Expressing gratitude, on the other hand, builds strong bonds and positive relationships, fostering an emotionally supportive environment and a sense of mutual appreciation. Because of this, it is extremely important to practice gratitude daily, not only for material things, but for the support, kindness, and love we receive from others. By focusing on the good in our lives, we not only improve our own well-being, but also fortify our connections with others, creating an atmosphere of trust and respect. Being grateful is more than mere politeness. It is a way to connect deeply with others and to grow emotionally. It is a key ingredient for a richer, more satisfying life. Stoicism, this ancient wisdom, resonates powerfully in our modern world. It is designed for application. Let us listen more than we speak. In today's environment, where everyone seems to be vying to be heard, this advice is profoundly simple and prompts deep reflection on our modes of connection and communication. Practicing active listening, giving your full attention to the words, emotions, and body language of the speaker, is essential. Listening intently is about more than just hearing sounds. It is about understanding. As we listen deeply, we show respect and value for the thoughts and experiences of others, which can strengthen relationships and improve communication in all contexts. Ultimately, being useful to others and listening also aids our own growth and development, as it allows us to actively absorb new ideas and perspectives, broadening our horizons and enabling better decision-making. Wisdom teaches us that becoming a good listener requires awareness, genuine respect, and conscious effort. In a world that often prioritizes self-expression and visibility, developing this skill not only enhances our communication and relationships, but also opens doors to more substantial professional and personal advancement. When we are in the middle of a conversation, let us remember the transformative power of listening and discover a deeper connection and a more fulfilling path to personal growth. Our minds and the choices we make in how we interpret and respond to the world around us play a significant role in our happiness. Because of this, constant complaining reveals itself to be a cycle of futility. It rarely leads to solutions or positive change. Instead, it reinforces a sense of victimhood and powerlessness, increasing stress and frustration. Persistent complaining can also harm our relationships by draining the energy of those around us. However, choosing not to complain and instead focusing on the positive aspects of life can be transformative, enhancing mental health, reducing stress, and boosting emotional resilience. People are naturally attracted to positive individuals, which strengthens social bonds. It also increases productivity, as complaining diverts attention from finding solutions and taking action, making us more effective. It encourages an attitude of gratitude, which can lead to greater happiness and contentment. Cultivating mindfulness involves being aware of our thoughts and feelings, seeking solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and making it a habit to express thankfulness every day. Let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Stoicism urges us to think carefully about when to speak and when to remain silent, with its concept of choosing purposeful silence. This mindset can significantly enhance our personal development and our interactions with others. Not every thought or feeling we have needs to be voiced. Selective silence can help us live our lives with more intention and wisdom, leading to a better and more meaningful experience. Continue to explore this profound philosophy, for it contains lessons that can empower us to find strength, wisdom, and peace within ourselves. If this roadmap for a stronger, more peaceful mind resonated with you, please support this channel by giving the video a like. And for more guides on mastering your inner world, make sure you subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. Thank you for watching.